Hi guys, so I'm making this video because there seems to be a lot of uncertainty around the whole native and non-native speaker issue again. As I said on my previous videos, there's really no point getting drawn into those conversations, and I'll tell you exactly why it is pointless. First of all, you are not going to change the Chinese schools or their policies regarding natives or non-native speakers, right? It's just one of those things. You're either born into a non-native speaking country or you're born into a non-native speaking country. And that is as simple as it is. I was born into a native speaking country which got downgraded, and now South Africa is no longer a native speaking country. Okay, so now I've read several posts implying that, okay, so they're not native speakers, it's impossible to find a job. But that is absolute nonsense. Even today, what's the time now? In South African time, it's now 6:23 p.m. 2.5 hours ago, I did an interview and got a job for a relatively decent rate. I mean, $15 or so. It's not $20, obviously, stating the obvious, but it's a decent income if you have nothing else. In addition to which, this company offers 25 to 30 hours a week. So I don't understand where the problem comes from. I've said to you in my previous video, here is a mega list. Okay, fine. The video was directed at South African teachers specifically, but it really applies to anybody from any nationality, whether you're a South African, a Filipino, from Mexico, South America. I see a lot of South American teachers popping up lately, Eastern European teachers. The same thing applies, except that South Africa maybe has a few unique obstacles, like I said, which the rest of the world doesn't have. I attached a list with, I don't want to exaggerate, but it must be at least 150 schools, many of whom don't even require you to have a degree. They don't require, some of them don't even require a TFL. So, I mean, why post long stories about how the native speakers are being treated much better than the non-native speakers and how unfair it is? Is that going to get you a job? No ways. Go out there. I've got teaching jobs that are paying me as much as the native speakers. I get that rate all the time, $20 plus. I am not an online teacher Superman, for a lack of a better expression. I am not Superman. And part of the reason why I'm making these videos is so that you can understand that I am nobody in particular, other than the fact that I care about people sitting there thinking they are not going to get jobs. At the end of the day, the only thing that is going to work, and I'm becoming incredibly repetitive, and I don't care because very few people seem to listen. I'm not being critical, honestly. I'm taking my private time. I'm not giving you reference codes. I'm not making any money out of helping. And I mean, my sincerity is in the right place. So if I'm repetitive, then I am, because nobody understands that the trick to getting employed is not being a native speaker or a non-native speaker. Many native speakers get rejected all the time. I know of one today that got rejected. So being a native speaker isn't the begin and end all of the world. You need a fantastic profile picture and an amazing introduction video. How many more times do I have to say that? If you comply with that, you will get a good hourly rate and you will not find great difficulty getting a job. At the same time, I do agree that it's difficult getting an online teaching job at the moment, But it's because of the COVID-19 outbreak. Everybody is teaching online now. So the market is saturated. But fortunately, there are literally hundreds and hundreds of online teaching schools at the moment. I mean, as I posted, the one day between, I don't know, I was working and then I had an hour free. So I just went onto the internet, just fooled around. And I got lists and lists of schools that are actually advertising and hiring. And amongst those schools, you very often find schools who want non-natives specifically because they cannot afford to pay a native speaker the standard rate. So you'll even get schools that will advertise by saying non-native speakers only, and I've seen this quite often as well, Filipinos only. I'm not discriminating. I'm just saying this is what I've seen on the ads, and I go through those ads all the time. I have really invested so much time into understanding how does this whole online teaching gig work. It really isn't that complicated. Play your odds. I mean, before you even think of applying for a job, make sure you have an amazing profile picture and an amazing introduction video. Then you need to sit in front of your laptop. I did for weeks, and you apply and you apply and you apply until you get sick of it. Every now and then you get an email from a school who asks you for an interview or a demo class. That's how it works. Trial and error. You try, sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't. And then there's another issue. Once you do get a job, and okay, maybe let's say this job offers you a 3-month contract, and it's maybe a Vietnamese school or a Thai school or a Chinese school. You have no job security whatsoever. So if you're working for one company, that is just a good start. You need to start looking again and again and again. I always say, the guys on Amazing Talker are earning a fortune. Not everybody does. And please don't everybody run to Amazing Talker, because for so many people it simply never worked out well. I'm just saying that I'm using Amazing Talker as an example of a company that is willing to hire you without a degree, without requiring you to be a native speaker, as far as I know. Because I've spoken to some of the other teachers and they are most definitely not native speakers. So you need to actually sit down and apply. And if you get rejected, don't become depressed. Just delete and move on. So I really want all of you to do so well. That's why I'm making these videos. I keep an eye on, not just on this page, but on many other pages as well. Guys, it's not easy. It wasn't easy for me either. The only example I have to use is some of the teachers that I've taken in for mentoring. I can use them as examples, but the best example is always to start with yourself. I got rejected 30 times. 30 times. That must be some sort of a world record. And now I'm earning a bloody decent salary. I mean, I think I will never stop teaching online. It's the most awesome career you can imagine, because I can work from home when I want to, as long as I want to. And I, for all practical purposes, don't have a boss. I don't have to attend extracurricular activities, sports, mark exams, prepare exam papers, moderate, invigilate. I don't have to do any of that. I log on, I teach, I drink a cup of coffee. Well, do whatever I want to. Go to the gym, do whatever I want to. But if you think you're going to apply to 3 or 4 schools and one of them will give you a job necessarily, then you're gravely mistaken. You need to apply to at least 50 or 60 schools to stand a good chance. But whether you're going to be successful or not, at the end of the day, is not going to depend on whether you're a native speaker or a non-native speaker. It is going to depend on you. Are you resilient enough? Okay? Are you driven enough? Can you take the knocks which resentment bring? Rejection. Because you will get rejection. Then you shouldn't resent them. Sorry. I'm a little bit excited in a not such a good way, because I'm getting concerned about teachers being turned down and then thinking there's nothing out there for them and they don't have a chance at getting a job. And that, unfortunately, is simply not true. You need to keep the faith. You need to get up in the mornings, find a way to motivate yourself, and you need to keep on applying. Some of the teachers I've been mentoring are doing incredibly well now. And when I got to them in the beginning, they thought that this was a lost cause and they're never going to get anywhere. So lift your head up, get up in the morning, take that mega list I posted and work through it. I will try to get another mega list, a better one. It's just not that easy to come by, but I'll try my best. Okay, so guys, fact of the matter is, you don't always have to believe everything you read. There are lots of good schools out there hiring exclusively non-native speakers, and they pay relatively decent. In between, you're going to find nonsense, I am sure. But there are schools out there that will look after their teachers and pay them decent salaries. But sitting on Facebook and complaining about it isn't going to get you anywhere. You need to get up and apply. I'm also disappointed that South Africa has been downgraded. But if I sit and post every day how unfair it is, this and that, nobody cares. The only thing I care about is my bank balance at the end of the month. And I care about my students, of course. That's why I do what I do, because I enjoy working with my specifically Asian students. I find them interesting, clever, talented, and really eager to learn. But from a superficial perspective, I'm sure I'm earning a lot more than many native speakers. And on paper, I am not a native speaker. I've applied to schools who offered me non-native rates, sent them my introduction video, and I said to them, guys, I am not going to work. I am not going to work for less than $18 or $15 an hour. And even at that, I am making a compromise. Then you do a demo with them, and you do an interview, and then suddenly the whole debate about whether you're native or non-native speaker, it just disappears. It's not magic, it's called persistence and confidence. Anyway, guys, I wish you all the best. Like always, love all of you. Do your best. Don't let the world beat you down. Don't let people tell you that because you're a non-native speaker, or if you make a grammatical error, everybody does. My friends from the south of London, I don't even know if that's English grammar or German grammar. That's the way that they speak. Fine, after a couple of beers. We all make mistakes. It's fine. Let the trolls have a go at you. It doesn't affect your income. It doesn't affect your employment capacity. And it doesn't affect your relationship with your students. At the end of the day, that is what online teaching is about. And if you have to put them in order of importance, it's first the students, then your salary. Anyway, so I hope this helps somebody in some way. Give me some time. I'm working on another mega list, but I've also got to work. I work full time. So when I have the time, and I've got a friend now that's also helping me, we're going to try and put something together and post it for you again. Okay. In the meanwhile, God bless. Be safe. Keep social distancing and wear your mask.